The people who don't receive food stamps and think that they're not going to be affected if they get cut off, you will be. Last year, about $107 billion was spent via SNAP and WIC. If those resources aren't dispersed, that's billions of dollars in food sales out of the economy. It will be a ripple effect. The first to feel it will be the grocery stores and their employees, then the food producers, distributors, farmers, and all of those people will raise the price to try to make up for that loss. People are saying the economy is bad and prices are high, but it could get a lot worse. There'll be families that unfortunately have to choose between food and rent, utilities, car insurance. You think it's not affecting you now? Get into an accident with someone with no insurance and let me know how that goes. You're going to sue them? What money are you going to sue them for? I hate to say it, but food insecurity is also going to lead to more theft, and not just from stores, because no one is going to just sit by and willingly watch their child go hungry. And then I keep seeing people say, get a job. Of course, the person making $200K convinced the person making $30K to blame all of this on the person making $7 an hour. But I digress. Get a job. Okay, the job market was already struggling before, and now less sales means less employment opportunities. These businesses are firing, not hiring. People who are looking down at the lower class are clearly not thinking about their grandkids. Unless you've won at this game of life and managed to create generational wealth that will last generations, you should probably look at the data. Experts are warning that kids are being prepped for jobs that won't even exist a decade from now because education isn't keeping up with AI. That's a shocker, right? All my life I've heard that schools don't prepare you for the real world. We learn A2 plus B2 equals C2 and not how to file taxes and financial literacy and history or his story, because the person that wrote the curriculum in the textbooks was the one that decided which version of history we needed to know. But again, I digress. I am a pro homeschool mom, but even still, what type of future are we preparing our children for? We're being told that AI isn't taking over, that we should collaborate with AI. I don't trust that. Y'all know I don't trust anything. But I feel like sooner or later it's going to evolve and need us less and less. The need for a human is going to be obsolete. And then I see people saying learn a trade. But even construction is changing. There's AI to do the project management. I saw a video from Germany of a 3D machine building a home. So the people in these industries are going to be paid to supervise the robots. That's not going to require a 4-year degree, and it's going to be overpopulated, and that means less pay. The only argument I've seen so far is that these robots move too slow, but everything has glitches when it first starts, and it evolves. It gets better. That's not a valid argument. And I'm not saying this to create fear. I just want people to wake up. AI is already managing projects, performing surgeries, recommending which lab work to get. I have about 4 specialists. I hate to admit that I use it, but it helped me more than my specialist did. I had to leave my job as a mental health counselor in public schools, and I thought about if I was still in that position, I would not even know what to tell them, because what jobs are safe? Which jobs will actually be safe from AI? Will there even be any jobs? I saw what Elon said a few years ago. He said automation and AI would take over, there would be mass unemployment, and the government would issue universal basic income so we can live. But with that comes so much more control than what they already have. And again, I don't want to entice fear. I just want us all to collectively wake up and see what's really happening. You leave this mindset of, oh, that's my neighbor, that's not me. It's going to be all of us soon. I saw a video saying if we don't use and collaborate with AI, we're going to be left behind. We're going to be left behind regardless. And I hate to put that so blunt, but pattern recognition tells me that they don't care about us. I see people saying, oh, but what are they going to do if we stop buying? If we don't have money to buy, what are they going to do? They don't need the bottom feeders' money, okay? About 80%, if not more of us, are peasants to them. They don't need our money. Even if you don't believe what I'm saying, just imagine the top 1% sitting around talking, and just think about how they might feel about overpopulation and limited resources on this earth. Could that be the reason why our food and products are as toxic as ever? And you cannot be in denial about that anymore. Our food does not taste the same. Tell me it tastes the same. Lie. But they tricked us. Consumerism tricks us into spending. We spend all this money on products that are harming us. Toothpaste, deodorant, soap, perfume, lotion, clothes. All of it is toxic, filled with chemicals. And I already know there's going to be people that doubt it, defend it, or just say it is. This is just the way it is. And those type of people infuriate me, because it is what it is, because the companies know people like you are going to be okay with it. They know they can continue doing what they're doing because we allow it. I kept seeing the same comment about healthier pesticide alternatives. These mega corporations, they can afford to use healthier pesticide alternatives, but it'll always be profit over people because we allow it. And I do plan to get more into the toxic chemical filled products on our shelves. But in the meantime, the rich are getting richer and we are out here fighting each other. The big C and other diseases are skyrocketing. Mental health is plummeting. Society is dividing more and more every day. I can't help but think, what if the goal is to replace those deemed unviable? Then what? Anyway, I digress again. I don't like being in a negative what-if space. I've been so happy in my delusional bubble because I know everything is going to be fine. That is literally the perspective you have to have. Everything is going to be fine and everything will be fine. Believe it. I believe it. I'm just tired of the people with the for self mindset who are not looking at the bigger picture. This is going to affect all of us. Open your eyes, have compassion, because you never know if you're going to be the one hoping that people have compassion for you one day. We should all be able to live on this earth without stress-induced diseases and disorders, worrying about where our next paycheck's going to come from, if we'll be able to feed our families or not, choosing between food or electricity, especially when we have the power. Life does not have to be this way. We have the power. I'm going to say that one more time. We have the power to collectively get out of this matrix. It's time.